Hey, Dan,
What?
want to hear a secret?
Always.
I've got some pretty good gossip. I think I know what our word today is going to be.
Is it about me?
Well, kind of. I mean, you're involved in it.
Okay. Should I be worried?
Yep, probably, because I don't think you came prepared.
Should I put my pants back on?
Why change a good thing now?
Okay, good.
You want to hear it?
Oh, yes, please.
The word today is T.
That's a letter.
It sure is. But when followed by E and A,
Mhm.
then it makes up our word for today.
EA Sports. It's a hate crime. Isn't that what he says?
No, that's not what he says.
Oh.
And I'm really sad because you did EA Sports really well. It's EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's in the T.
Also, we can't get sued for that because I don't think they even use that slogan. We'll probably get sued for
We'll
that.
probably get sued for that. But you sounded really good doing the EA Sports guy.
Thank you.
Right on.
I listened to it a lot. I played a lot of NHL hockey.
So I kind of feel like you just made shit up, though. Like I could be like, hey, Matt.
Yeah.
You want to hear a secret?
Yeah, sure.
The letter W.
That's not a very good secret.
It's like your letter T.
No, I said that you take T and then you follow it with E and A, and that's our word for the day.
Yeah. You put an E and A at the end of W and you go, we are. I'm sorry. I'll leave right now.
Please do.
See yourself out.
You can see yourself out.
Yeah, I'll leave right now. Are you thirsty?
Not anymore because I have this delicious ruby red squirt in front of me.
Oh, nice. Did we ever get that contract? Are they going to sponsor us yet?
I seriously doubt it.
We need to start hashtagging harder. You can pull that off.
I can only hashtag so hard. Oh, you mean like aggressively hashtag?
Yes.
Well,
Well,
that's different. I guess I could do more of that.
You could always do more than that. So if you're thirsty, would you like to drink some tea?
Sometimes I got into loose leaf tea for a while.
No, it's the wrong kind of tea.
I beg to differ. That loose leaf tea was delicious.
Was it? Are
Yeah.
you a tea guy?
Oh man, I got way into it for a while.
I'm a Ted Lasso guy, and I agree with him. It's just brown water.
That's because you haven't had good tea. I agree with him because all forms of British tea are effing disgusting. Earl Grey, come on, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I've never been a tea guy. I've tried.
Oh man, I had so many teas that were so good, good.
So good.
And then Starbucks bought that company and ruined it. So now I can't get my loose leaf tea anymore.
See, we'll get back to tea because that'll be our word, I think. But you have a hatred for Starbucks that I didn't know about.
I don't have a hatred for Starbucks. I don't like coffee.
It's a hatred.
No, just because they burn all their coffee beans and I don't like coffee doesn't mean that I have a hatred for Starbucks. They've done a lot of really good things for my industry.
Mm-hmm.
They've changed the way that like quick serve establishments run, and that's good. They just they have terrible coffee from what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I like their like refresher stuff. I drink their green tea and things like that. But they bought a tea company that I really like, and then they ruined it.
So now there goes that sponsorship.
Well, we were never going to get that sponsorship.
Let's talk about Ruby Red Squirt again. Come on, there's a Starbucks on every corner.
Yeah, there's almost as many Starbucks in Phoenix as I think there used to be Circle K's in Phoenix.
Well, me only being here for a couple of years, I didn't realize that was a big thing. Like Circle K is on every.
When I came here with my parents when I was 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
like literally it was every other corner there was a Circle K.
Wow.
And when I say literally, I mean figuratively, but as an 8-year-old, it felt like literally. Anyway, where were we?
We were discussing Starbucks, but we should probably get back to the main word.
What is the main word again?
Tea.
T, like the letter?
Sure.
Like the thing that you put a golf ball on?
Yep.
Like,
See, I think there's a bunch of these for this one. Like the drink.
sure. Like the type of shirt that you like to wear that we're both wearing currently.
Hey, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
If only we would wear pants.
Well,
it's not that kind of podcast.
No. Remember, the sign says no shirt, no shoes, no service. It says nothing about pants.
Nope. Keeps the comedy fresh. Well, I know tea is the new word that, I don't know how new it is, but it gets used for when you're talking about gossip.
Well, I'll tell you, yeah, it does get used when you're talking about gossip. And who doesn't love Gossip Girl?
This guy.
Oh, you have two thumbs and apparently don't love Gossip Girl.
Two thumbs and no British accent.
Didn't Gossip Girl give us one half of the greatest not fully American power couple?
Mork and Mindy?
No. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively.
Oh, I thought you meant David Beckham and Posh Spice.
No, they're both British, but like
British.
I said not fully American. So like Blake Lively, I think is American, but Ryan Reynolds, obviously Canadian.
Maybe if we tag Blake Lively, she'll get back to us because Ryan keeps ignoring us.
Yeah.
I
don't want to say she has less things going on because she doesn't, but she's not gallivanting around the world.
Maybe it's because I screw up his name.
Trying to buy hockey teams after already buying soccer teams.
Let him do his thing.
I'll let him do his thing. He just didn't end up buying that hockey team.
It's working out.
Maybe you can buy my hockey team. Hey, Ryan Reynolds, if you're listening, can you buy the San Jose Sharks? Thanks.
That ought to do it. Good stuff, dude. You can call that in. It's going to happen now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He probably doesn't even know they're for sale. You know why? Because they're not for sale. But
for Ryan Reynolds, they'd be for sale.
Anything's for sale for the right price.
Mm-hmm.
Even this podcast. If we have any buyers out there.
I ain't selling shit.
Well, listen. Let's hear the number first.
Okay.
$5 sold. With equipment. Go.
With equipment?
All right. $10.
$10. 11.53.
What tax? That should take us pretty close to 12. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. It's all right. We'll take it.
All right. I don't use this word very often.
I never use it.
And I'm okay with not using it. But I accept it as a slang term, if only because of one Kermit the Frog.
I would accept anything that the one Kermit the Frog says.
Right, which is kind of where I'm at. And along with this slang term, you may have seen the meme where he's drinking a cup of tea. And that kind of got intertwined with this slang term.
Are you making that up or is that real?
No, that's a real thing. Have you not seen the meme of him drinking a cup of tea?
Yeah, I've seen that, but it doesn't mean that that's where that came from.
Oh,
you think that's where it came from?
Every time that somebody's referencing having tea, like gossip that they can talk about, it's that picture of Kermit with a cup of Lipton tea, which that part's gross, but the other parts are
The best thing about Kermit is he's like the Tom Hanks of Muppets, of like puppets.
Because he once talked to a volleyball for an entire episode of the Muppet Show.
Yes. It's because no matter what you put him in, he's good.
You know, the other day at work, this is going to sound horribly unproductive, and let's be honest, it kind of was. But one of my employees likes to do things where he picks a category and you have to pick things, but he always has to mount something more. And so we did mount Muppet more. You had to pick your 4 favorite Muppets.
Ooh, that actually is fun.
Yeah. Kermit was not on my list.
How?
Because it's too easy. Kermit is too ubiquitous with the Muppets to pick him.
That doesn't mean you don't give him the vote. That's like Superman. Superman goes first, and then you figure out the bottom 3.
Well, okay.
Just put Kermit up there. Just do it.
But I don't want or need to. Because it's Fozzie.
You're a Fozzie guy? I was when I was younger.
Think of my sense of humor and ask that question again.
Yeah, he's got Fozzie all over him. We should get you the hat.
Like, he's literally a walking fuzzy dad joke.
Okay. See, this is the best tea I've heard in a while.
Rolf.
That's the
piano playing dog.
That's his name?
Yeah.
No, it's... Oh, shoot, it is.
Yep, it's Rolf.
What's the name of the Swedish cook?
The Swedish chef. He doesn't have a name.
Okay.
We'll say it's Sven, but it's not. Wembley.
See the little guy?
He's from Fraggle Rock. Actually.
Yeah, that's why I don't know him well, because I never got to watch Fraggle Rock. I was poor.
Wow.
There's some tea for you.
Well, no, that's not tea. It just makes me feel bad for having watched Fraggle Rock now, and I didn't want to feel bad about watching Fraggle Rock.
Well, that's what you get.
And I think I had a different fourth at the time, but somebody brought it back up today, and my fourth is Guy Smiley. He was the newscaster on Sesame Street, I think.
Yeah, so you're picking guys. These are left fielders. So.
Yeah, the problem is I really want to pick Statler and Waldorf because also my exact sense of humor.
You don't want to take
But I have to take both, and that means taking up half of Mount Muppet more.
Yeah, mine's a little more commercial. I mean, obviously, it's Kermie. He's like Mickey Mouse. There's no Muppets without Kermie.
Sure. Yeah, I get that, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. I don't get that, I guess. It's fact.
I mean, he's Mickey Mouse. He's Bugs Bunny. He's the whole kit and caboodle. He's the reason we're there. He put the butts in the seats. A singing frog on a bicycle, like, emotionally stole people's hearts.
Well, I mean, think of the internet now. Do that same thing with a real frog? You want to talk about stealing hearts? Who are your other three?
I actually probably should think about this some more because I love Animal.
Yeah, sure.
But he's an easy pick, though. He's one of the ones I think he's like Wolverine, like from the X-Men. People are just going to pick Animal.
Somebody picked Janice, and I thought that was a good pick from Electric Mayhem.
Oh, yeah. And I actually, I don't know their names. I liked the big giant monster guys. The one that had the horns. There's a blue guy or a gray. I love
Sweetie is one of the big monster guys.
I used to love those
He's
guys.
the big brown monster guy.
Okay. So I don't know where I'd put them on the list. And that would give me...
not Sweetie. Sweetums.
Sweetums?
Mm-hmm.
Like from Parks and Rec?
Look at you.
Yeah.
We really turned this one around, everybody.
Mm-hmm. I've been reading them tea leaves. Apparently I'm not supposed to say Parks and Recs.
Unless you're talking about Rex in Effect.
Wrexham?
Or Wrexham.
All right. And my fourth... Oh, jeez. I want to pick somebody, but it's not an official Muppet because they would be Sesame Street. But I always combine.
That's an official Muppet.
Could I?
Yeah, Sesame Street's Muppets.
Oh my god! And that changes everything.
Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, and the Muppet Show are all officially Muppets.
Because
we had an interesting argument about this because for a while I thought that Yoda was a Muppet.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Nope.
But the only reason he's not is because Jim Henson didn't create him.
Yeah.
But he was voiced by Frank Oz, who somebody else created him. But he was voiced by Frank Oz, who was a big part of the Muppets.
See, if we're adding Sesame Street, that changes the whole game because I love Cookie Monster. And there is nobody better than Oscar the Grouch.
That story checks for you for sure.
That guy was...
And what was the one that
he was
sort of like an elephant?
Snuffleupagus?
There it is.
Woo! That means I've listened to this podcast way too much.
You've learned things twice.
I'll never be able to say that right again. He teed me up. Did you notice that? He picked me up. He was like, okay, sound it out. You got it. He walked me through that, baby stepped me through that. If I'm on my own, it's Snuffleup. I'm bluffing all over the place with that, man. That's the real tea right there.
That is real tea.
Yeah.
So have you ever found yourself in a situation where you got some real good tea?
Gossip or actual tea? Because tea tastes like dirt.
I meant gossip, but also false.
I think we've all been in that, right?
Sure, I suppose.
Well, I haven't been around it in a long time. I mean, I'm almost 70, so
I feel anymore like,
hey, you could be like, no, you're not even close to 70, dude.
I could be like that, but anyways, so I feel like
God damn it. Please, people Google me. I am not 70. Wait, that sounded weird.
He's right. He's not 70. Also, don't Google that.
Okay.
I think that tea is more quickly transferred now via text and direct message on the interwebs as opposed to, you used to all gather up and tell each other secrets on the schoolyard about some kid who had 3 nipples or something.
Tea gossip. I'm trying to think the last time I heard anything really good gossipy. Not that we'd be allowed to talk about it right here. I would just have to edit it out.
Right. Yeah, no, I think that you probably get it all the time and you don't even realize it. Like it's gotten to a point where so many people talk so much gossip that now gossip almost is fact. Well, it's not really fact, but you hear it so frequently that it stops being
people
gossipy.
Use it as facts now.
Right. Well, yes. Thank you, internet. But yeah, I think that people talk so much tea or gossip that it kind of loses the effect of being gossip.
I get that.
You know, the best kind of gossip, Louis Gossip Jr.
Is that guy still alive?
Kind of hope so. But that worries me, right? Like maybe he's not. And what worries me about that is how many people did we grow up loving that we didn't figure that we could live without seeing them in movies and TV and stuff like that. And you haven't seen them in a while and they could be dead and we have no idea.
You should look that up.
I don't think you can look up how many people that I loved growing up and see whether or not they're dead. Like, thank God the internet told me Alan Thicke died. I would have lost it if I found that out after.
He was your stepdad in your mind, right?
Yeah, he was my TV dad.
TV dad. That's what it should be called. Yeah, TV.
I actually have a stepdad, so by extension, he was just my TV dad.
So my two dads. Oh, I get it.
Also a good show.
Yeah, that one was all right. That didn't last very long, though.
Couple seasons. Not as long as Perfect Strangers.
Like I say, dang it, you got there first. Like I say, it's not as good as Perfect Strangers. Now it sounds like I don't have jokes.
What do you mean sounds like?
So what about tea is good? The drink.
Oh, the beverage?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, like if you're drinking English teas, English breakfast or Earl Grey, that is all hot garbage. It is a brown water show.
It's brown water.
It's terrible. But like if you get high quality loose leaf green teas, rooibos teas, black teas, white teas, and usually if you get those loose leaf teas, then they're also putting...
I like white teas, but I use the Calvin Klein's.
They're usually plain.
Yeah.
Music joke.
I was waiting for him to start singing, but...
Plain white teas.
Yes.
Back to the Future. Wait, no, we didn't. Well, I guess one of them wore a plain white tee at some point, didn't they?
He wears Calvin's.
Sure. Why not?
I was talking about how awful tea is.
Tea, right. So you have all these different types of tea, but like, so the place that I used to get tea that Starbucks bought was called Tiavana.
Hey, clever.
It was clever. And all of their different teas, like you had those teas, but in those teas, there were different like dried flowers or dried fruits or things like that. So that when you brewed them or steeped them, I guess, it actually gave a flavorful product that happened to also have good health benefits.
Sounds like drugs to me.
It's not drugs, but
sounds like shrooms.
What do you mean it sounds like shrooms? It's not drugs. That's the thing. But it's not any more drugs than coffee is a drug or alcohol is a drug.
Or Coca-Cola.
Or
sugar.
Cocaine-Cola.
Sugar, baby. You don't do enough Crazy Town references.
Nope. I think we do more than enough if you just did one.
And that's going to last all year. We met our quota, right? That is a band that's probably worse than Highly Suspect. I just saw a thing for them a couple months ago, and they were actually on tour, and they got booed off stage. Yeah.
I think you sent that to me. Pretty impressive.
Pretty good. Thankfully, we didn't have to sit through that.
Speaking of sugar, there's that episode of The Simpsons where a sugar truck turns over, and Homer and Bart steal as much sugar as they can to resell on the black market.
See, I told you. Tea's bad for you.
Yeah. And then they go into this whole thing. Well, first there's this silly British man who's trying to steal the sugar from them for his tea, in fact.
Is it Prince Charles?
No, it was a fictional, just random character.
Patrick Stewart?
So they shoot him off. But at one point there's a line, and I'm not going to remember the line exactly, which makes me kind of sad and makes me want to go back and watch that episode. But they refer to sugar as something white gold Texas tea sweetener.
Texas tea sweetener. That's awesome.
It is fantastic.
I bet if you went in there and, I mean, this would take forever. There's so many episodes, but there has to be a joke where Homer just rips into tea. like it not being a real drink. Has to be.
Well, there doesn't have to be, but there might be.
He always goes after that stuff because isn't technically tea can be healthy for you, right?
If there's, yeah, that can be. It usually is.
Well, then he would hate it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that, well, I don't know if that for a fact. I was going to say it's possible that in the episode where Lisa gets married to the British guy that he had tea and spit it out or something.
Easily. And I guess psychologically that tea gossip, getting that off your chest would actually help you too.
Could be healthy.
Yep.
Unhealthy probably for the person you're talking about, but healthy for you, and that's what counts.
So who should we talk about?
Oh, I don't know. You've got that Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg fight coming up. Have you seen any of the topless shots of Elon Musk recently?
You know, I check that on a daily.
This is coming from a guy horribly not in shape, but man, that guy.
No, I'm proud to say I haven't.
He looks like Gru if Gru took his shirt off.
All I know is I just turned on my phone and the Twitter logo changed to X like last week.
Oh, mine changed a while ago.
Well, because it's probably like 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
But have you seen it now? Now it's like got damage on it, so it looks like it's all scuffed up and stuff, like it's trying to be cool.
Wait, no, I haven't seen it. That's just the app logo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mine's just plain. I hate it so much.
It's like he's trying to be douchey. Like, I mean, he might as well just have like, who was that shirt maker that had like the tight t-shirts with like golden tigers and shit all over them? And
Hardy?
Is that Hardy? It's just cheese shit like that, dude. It's just dumb.
It's like the app logo version of an Affliction t-shirt.
Affliction. Thank you. Yes. Affliction is what I was trying to think of. But
if only they could add some fucking rhinestones to it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone
I bet you
movie.
he has rhinestones on his jeans.
Yeah, on his back pockets.
Absolutely.
There's probably a Twitter logo on the back.
Not anymore. No,
Well,
there's
yeah,
an
I
X
know.
logo.
Yeah, but it's in the middle of the pants.
Oh, got it.
Zang.
That way, when he shits his pants, he shits all over the company that he ruined.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
How do you? I know we've gone into this before, but how do you ruin a company that like is unstoppable?
He's
like,
trying
is that his
best.
superpower to stop something that's unstoppable?
He's trying his best. I don't understand. If you notice too, I've been noticing this, especially this last week. When anybody refers to someone made comments on Twitter or whatever, they say X now, but then they say formerly Twitter. So it's like talking about Prince when he changed his name. So they're saying formerly Twitter after everything. So the X isn't even working. I mean, it's just dumb all the way around.
I mean, that thing kind of also didn't work for Prince because the symbol didn't have a way of saying it. You called it the symbol.
It did. It got him his money.
Well,
it freed him from being a slave to Sony.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What is this freeing Twitter from?
Hopefully from him. Maybe he's going that new Coke route where he's just making it so bad that when he brings it back, he's all, look, the birdie's back. We're going to be like, thank you. And it's going to be, he didn't have to do anything except just take all this stupid stuff off of it. And it's just Twitter again. A shiny new little bird.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I guess.
I don't think he's that smart, though.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. So I think he's just doing this all out of spite.
Probably.
All right, back to tea.
What are you saying, that we changed course for a while? Have we ever stayed on course when doing an episode?
Yeah, never. I was just thinking about, this is probably the 20-something episode we've recorded, maybe 30th. And how much time we've given to Elon Musk and his dumbness. We might have to pay him royalties.
Nah. He doesn't need us. Our money's not real money to him.
He doesn't have real money either. He's playing with fake money.
He's the monopoly man?
Mm-hmm. The monopoly guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really use the word. I appreciate the word enough. Like, because there's like that sort of snooty, and this is why the Kermit meme comes in. There's that snooty way that people go about drinking tea.
Yes.
That somebody with information they shouldn't have would have that same level of aloofness.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is kind of a perfect word
To me, this is a word, though, that I almost feel like it's not for my generation. I feel like someone my age, I guess I could lump you into it too.
I hate to break this to you, but probably most words are not for your generation.
Crikey. I'm trying to think of an old word from like the 50s. I can't think of anything.
And so you went with something British?
Because I'm trying to work on that British thing, right? British, Australian, it's the same to me, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Golly gee. Does that be old?
What about gadzooks?
Yeah. Ooh, watch your mouth, dude.
Sorry.
I'm going to have to bleep that, dude.
All right, do it then.
I want to piss off no 90-year-olds because, they're listening to podcasts. I hope. Fingers crossed.
It's on computers. Our odds are not strong there, sir.
When is your podcast going to be in the paper? The Sunday paper?
Is it in the funnies? Not the way we talk, buddy.
Nope. No, I just don't. It feels like a younger word that if I say it, it would come off kind of cheesy and desperate.
Do you know what's funny?
Unless I'm talking about actual tea that you drink.
Not haha funny, but ironic funny about that is that tea is not something necessarily that a young person would drink.
True.
It's an old person drink, but it's a phrase or slang term sort of reserved for the newer generation.
An old British drink. Was that British?
British?
British.
Much better.
I can do a laughing bucktooth shark underwater, mind you, but I can't do a 3-syllable British word sentence.
British is only 2 syllables.
British. Not when I do it.
But yeah, you made it like 4 or 5. I don't even know how you do it.
Because I get really into it.
You sound like
I'm waiting. This is gonna be good.
If the word was somehow fired with sound out of a machine gun.
Yeah.
And also with an accent. I don't know what a British machine gun's called, but that's what it would sound like.
British machine gun. I don't think they had guns.
They just talked people down.
Yep. They just used their teeth.
Right. So I don't think that fighting is the best idea right now.
You want some tea?
Yeah. I bother you for a spot of tea.
A spot of tea. Am I getting closer?
Nope. But at least you're still taking swings. You may be batting 0, but at least you're still stepping up to the plate.
0.
That sounds like a dying Scotsman.
Ooh, I would do if I could talk like a Scottish dude, that's all I would do. I should practice. Or even like a really bad Irish guy. Or gal. I would take that. Like a bloke? What's a bloke?
The guy.
That's a dude, right?
Yeah.
All right. Should have used that in the dude episode. Man.
Why can't it be its own episode?
Missed opportunity there. Really?
I've already done 2 other British words.
Yeah, but you made one of them up. It was an American word that you just magically... Actually, they're both American words. You just magically said they were for the UK.
Words are not American.
What are you talking about? Bruh? It's as American as it gets.
Not a word.
America? That's as American as it gets, right?
So what you're telling me is if you say a word extra lazy...
And leave out a couple of the letters? Yeah. Yes,
okay.
Yes. Yeah. And aggressively. You can't just say it lazy. You always got to sound like you're about to punch somebody when you say it.
You can't be like, bruh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could.
When you drink enough tea, you can.
Bruh.
Some of that special mushroom psychology tea. But again, I just don't, I think tea's not a word for me. Unless I'm talking about actual tea, or I used to golf, so I used to talk about teas all the time.
How many you lost?
Yep.
It's amazing how you can hit a ball so far in one direction and have the tee fly almost equal that same distance in the opposite direction.
Yep.
I'm surprised I didn't blind somebody.
With your tee?
Yeah.
All right. I golf with shades on. Bring it. Are we going to go golfing?
I don't know.
I'm waiting on you.
What do you mean you're waiting on me? Like you've got a tea time.
Hey, there you go. So tea time for golf, but there's also tea times to
Also,
actually drink tea, right?
If we had a podcast where we were just talking gossip, calling it tea time would be pretty fantastic.
I think somebody already did that, right?
Yes and no.
All right.
Oh, you don't remember? Wasn't the Linda Richmond show on Saturday Night Live that Mike Myers played Linda
Tea
Richmond?
Time.
Called
That's
Tea
right.
Time.
Yep. Again, I don't think this generation would know that.
Also, does that make this word a throwback?
Oh, no.
That show was all about gossip.
Was it?
Yeah.
I need to go YouTube it. I'm trying to remember. I remember Chris Farley was on one of them.
I think you do. He's pretty fantastic.
Because he had the glasses and he had the sweater. He'd have his nails done, right? Yeah. God, I miss Mike Myers.
Duran is neither Duran nor Duran.
How do you
discuss?
How do you have that in your arsenal? My goodness, man. I'm over here trying
getting a little verklempt. That was the best part. Is it was this old New York Jewish lady.
Yep.
Now I kind of want to go back and watch him too.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one in forever.
Why is Mike Myers so fantastic?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. I'm an idiot.
We can stop the podcast now.
We didn't stop it already?
Well, we will now.
Well, you probably should have.
I rest my case.
You didn't even have a case.
Yeah, but I do now.
And
Taking
it's
that,
rested?
yes, and I'm taking it to the bank.
Well, which are you doing? Are you resting it or are you taking it to the bank?
Which one will I get most money for?
Well, it depends. Is it a case like from Money in the Bank wrestling matches?
Yeah, maybe.
Then
But
probably the bank.
A ladder match?
Well, I mean, Money in the Bank could be a ladder match.
All right, I think I got in your way.
Wouldn't be the first time. Shan't be the last.
Shan't? Should we do that word?
That's not slang. Anyways,
That's like a fancy shit, right?
No, that's shart. Wait, no, that's not
That's
fancy
not a
either.
shart. I know what the shart. I know what a shart is.
Anyway, no, I was a dope, and I said that Linda Richmond hosted Tea Time, and it was not tea time at all. It was actually coffee talk.
Well, I'm glad we caught that in real time. Because,
Same.
Because we know Mike Myers is listening right now.
That would have been super embarrassing.
And he probably turned us off already.
Actually, it's because it's Mike Myers. He could have done coffee talk with Linda Richmond, and he could have done tea time with Austin Powers, because that would have made more sense because of the British and the tea and
That's
such.
perfect. Unless he's already done that somewhere and we're just like oblivious.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
For you. Me,
Wouldn't be the first time for me to realize it.
Again, I rest my case.
In hindsight, I'm sort of upset today that when I was talking to the guy from the trivia company that is on a podcast, that I didn't say, "Oh, you should listen to my podcast."
You should do that a lot more.
Yeah, I probably should. Well, I've heard our podcast. Maybe I should.
You're just afraid.
Afraid of what? Afraid that they might like it?
Yep.
Trust me when I tell you that is not what
Here's the
I'm afraid
tea about my co-host. He's so worried about success and fame and being good at this that he's created himself in his head that he has a lisp, which he has nothing. If you hear anything that even remotely sounds like a lisp, it's his beard rubbing up on the microphone.
of. That is not my beard rubbing up on the microphone.
That is not my beard rubbing on the microphone, crikey.
You're totally going to have to take that entire thing out, because that whole thing's a hate crime. And I'm not even talking about against me who has the lisp. Like, I just mean in general.
No lisp whatsoever. Well, I mean, after I get done with it in processing, like, I have to put like 4 different effects on them to get that lisp covered.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm talking about.
it's like steroid for your voice.
Yeah. You know the way I think that we should end this episode? I think we should end this episode with some tea.
Beverage or
No, gossip.
Okay.
I think that we should let our listeners know that in an upcoming episode, we actually have a couple of guest stars that will be appearing on said episode.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Well, it will until you realize you don't know who they are, but they do a pretty good job. And I think that people are going to want to hear it, especially because it gives them time to not hear us.
Yep. Just please come back after you hear them. They're so much better than we are.
Or tell us what you would like them to talk about more frequently.
Mhm.
And then we'll just make money off of recording and editing their stuff. So I feel like that was some good tea that we shared just now.
It will be good tea. That's like tea from the future.
Yeah. You know the other thing? Well,
We've already established I don't know a lot.
and usually not the other thing.
Yeah. I'm lucky I'm talking in the right side of the mic.
Right. Wait.
Well, you agreed to that way too quick. It's like you had it in the chamber. Right.
Listen,
You're dumb right. Like, let me finish the word. I'm dumb and then say right. Don't have that right coming out.
Hey, listen, don't tell me how to live my life. No. So tea is a thing you share, right? Gossip.
Well, you can share with the beverage too.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, do you think that they started to use that word because you would have tea time where you would have a pot of tea and you'd have 3 or 4 people sharing. And so in general, gossip would happen during these sit down meetings because them old British broads were definitely sitting down around a pot of tea talking about Lord Dingleberry.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Now that I think about the whole...
And when I say Lord Dingleberry, I mean Lord Dingleberry.
Lord and Lady Dingleberry. But now that you mention that, tea time, actually in the golf sense, and I hope I'm not spoiling this for any of the guys out there, but ladies, that's half the reason guys like to go golfing is because
It's not because we're good at it, because we are not.
And at tea time, when you're teeing off, that's when we talk about gossip and stuff. You hit the ball and then you get in your cart and you
separate for a hole and then you come back together on the green.
Yeah, that's our
step up to the next.
That's our gossip time right there. It's pretty quick. It's like so and so's getting married. Really? And then you tee off. That's our gossip. You don't get much more deeper than that. But
we're very black and white. We're a very simple species as males.
Mm-hmm.
Our tea is really not tea. It's just facts that we didn't know.
Yep. So this is Dan, your British advisor,
and this is Matt, the guy that doesn't understand that reference because he can't do anything British.
And this is Hangout
with your
tea out,
slang out.
Oh yeah, I'd have to change the logo and everything.
Yeah, we ain't got time for that. We bought stickers.
Oh shit.
Lose weight.
You lost weight over Mike Myers judging you,
which is better than Mike Judge Myersing me.
Mm-hmm. That was a good joke. I'm pretty proud you got there that quick. Not bad. I think he'll keep you around.
You don't really have a choice.
Maybe I'll start.
This whole thing falls apart without me.
Maybe I start paying him. Mm-hmm. Foot rubs?
No.
Okay.
Ruby Red Squirt's fine.
What?
I said the Ruby Red Squirt is fine.
I heard something totally else.
Yeah, clearly.
I heard once a week squirt is fine. So
no, why would anybody?
I was just like, that's not what we don't do that on the podcast.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.